Hey Steven, making this video for you. So first of all, so here I am in the Teleplay app. So here's a scene that was made, and here look, the fire. Okay, so let's get started. So to remove any foreground layer, all you have to do is hold on the effect, then click on the trash can icon. I didn't click it. Then click on the trash can icon. Okay, and then if you want to remove this effect, click on the trash can icon as well. Okay. So let me just show you my lay of the land, then I'll get to your questions. So let me show you everything that you can do. So let me show you what happens when there's more than one foreground effect. So I'm gonna go random here. So we have one effect here, then we have one effect here. Okay, look. So now we have two foreground effects. We have that sorcerer's ball behind the fireworks. Now what if we want the sorcerer's ball to be in front of the fireworks? We click here and then move it up. And see, now it's in front of the fireworks. And okay, so this is a layer palette feature. You can just reorganize the layering of each foreground layer, including any PNG file you upload, things like that. Now notice here, if I click on this, you'll see more options. If notice how it says, give me a sec. So notice how, okay, I hold, I can delete it, but I can also adjust the speed. Notice how it's preset to, if you zoom in, it says speed 1.0. If you do the speed like 0.85 right here, that means the speed's gonna be 80% relative to what it was originally when you make the recording. It's not gonna show up in real time, but when you make the recording, it's gonna be about 20% slower, this blue sorceress thing. This right here, you can mirror the effect. This isn't obvious because the effect is very symmetrical. And here you can adjust the transparency of the effect. That's all there is to it. Okay. Moving forward, so let's delete all these effects. Now to add music. Let's say you want to add music to your scene. So let's say we go to Thriller. The play buttons here allow you to preview the different music options. Is this sound on? Let me check. Nope. Okay, so these options, the play buttons let you preview music before downloading it. But let's say, for example, you like this one right here and you want it in your video. Just download it, double tap, okay, so that bar is full. And then click here, make sure that only the effect sound is on so that your mic isn't being recorded as well. That's all there is to it if you want music. Okay, now, okay, timeline. Okay, now let's get to your, oh yeah, before I do that, let me show you something cool. So if you click on the letter A right here, you can have custom animated cinematic cinematic text. So if you click on it, you'll see there are about like 8 options. Click on the one you like, click on download, and wait about maybe 2 minutes for all the letters of that style to show up, and then I'll show you later what to do. In the meantime, we can remove that. Okay, now let me show you how to do the timeline feature. So let's say we have this effect right here. So that's, okay. Okay, actually let's do an effect that's kind of more obvious because the fireworks is getting kind of lost in there. So what if we do, I don't know, let's try red wine splash. Okay. Nope, this isn't good because it kind of begins like a second later. Let's try something else. Okay, I have an idea. What if we do, okay. What if we do soap bubbles vivid? Okay. So we have this effect right here, and let's use the timeline feature on it. So what if we, and you can do this if you have more than one effect as well. So the way to do the timeline feature is go to the gear icon, click on timeline. Now make sure the timeline is on, and here you select how long you want the video to be. So let's make it 10 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay, that's all there is to it. Now the timeline is on. So here is, let's say you want the bubbles to appear maybe 3 seconds into the video, into the 10-second video. So that means you just move this up to where it says 3 seconds. Yeah, good enough. And that's it. So now when you hold the record button, you can just let go and it's gonna stop at the 10-second mark. Now it's gonna process. And you can do the same, if you have more than one effect, you just do the same thing but for the other effect. Just hold on it, look for the timeline feature, and do what I just did. So see, now you'll see that the soap bubbles appear 3 seconds into the video. There we go. That's all there is to it. So, okay. Proper timeline usage, accessing the iPhone photo library for foregrounds. Okay, so in terms of foregrounds, okay, I know what you're saying. Okay, let's remove this. So in terms of foregrounds, okay, so I assume you're referring to PNG files because that's what, you know, is the most useful for foreground layers. So let's say we have this Renaissance Festival. This is a PNG file, and you know that because when you move it around, it's obviously a PNG file. So what we want to do is go to here, that little like up arrow button, and now go to Save to Files. Save to Files. You can already see I already did that. So now what we're going to do is go to your foreground, click on this button right here, and then it's going to pull from the Files section of your device. And that's it. All there is to it. So really the key, if you want to use the foreground, if you want to upload your own foreground layers, is 2 steps. Number 1, just save it to the Files section of your device, save to Files, and then go to your foregrounds and then click on this button, and then that's really it. Now this button does the same exact thing. It pulls from the Files section of your device, and let's say this let's say I had a picture of, I don't know, something like a planet, and you want a PNG foreground layer. So just click here. That's going to pull from the Files section, and it's going to remove the background and save it as a foreground layer. So let's do something. Okay, none of these okay, I'm just going to do, okay, maybe so that was a picture of some women, and let's see if it works well. Sometimes it doesn't because there's like other objects in the foreground which the AI thinks you need to utilize, but nope, it works well. Save in the app. Beautiful. Okay. So the key thing, again, if you want to remove a background from a picture, save it to the Files section like I previously showed you, and then use a scissor tool. And that's it. So your other question, okay, so accessing the iPhone photo library for foregrounds, proper timeline usage. Okay, green screening. So green screening, let's say you have a green screen, right? So that means we want to turn the pick pause button off. Okay, this is very important. Make sure the pick pause button is off. And then what you want to do is point the, your camera at an actual green screen, right? And then what you want to do, so I'm going to pretend that this camera right here is pointed, let's say this flower right here is actually a green screen. So now we want to make sure the pick pause button is off like it is here. Okay, and now we want to go to green screen and then click on calibrate. And that's literally all there is. Make sure there's no foreground layers or anything. So delete, give me a second. Okay, so delete all the foreground layers. Okay, and what we want to do, pick pause button is on, off, go to green screen, click on reset, and now when you see the calibrate button, make sure to click it when this photo icon is pointed at the green screen. That's really all there is to it. And then anytime you download a photo or video background, it will appear where the green screen is. That's really all there is to it. Make sure when you're using a green screen that there's good lighting. one of the reasons actually I stopped selling this as a green screen kit is that people just weren't following directions, and part of it's my fault for not explaining to people that you need good lighting. Actually, it's 100% my fault. But bottom line, if you're using a green screen, just make sure you have good lighting. So Steven, please let me know if this video helps, and I'm here if there are any other questions.